Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to look at the Mattel DC 6-inch Core Basic Premiere, not to be confused with the upcoming premium line, Mech Suit Batman. I got this guy from Entertainment Earth. These are some sort of deluxe figures with action features, sound effects, gimmicky, but pretty cool. This is Batman in a Mech Suit, which is always a fun thing to have. So, the action figure is sort of exposed. You can do the action features, squeeze his legs. Kind of cool. Punches, lights come on. He has sounds. He does have a helmet, so he doesn't always have to be unmasked like this. And he has some little discs. I don't know if you can shoot him or what. It says he has 12 plus sounds. There's the barcode. Mech Suit Batman. I always like Batman in Mech Suit. And I'm sure it's not exactly an entirely coincidence that Superman is the other figure in this wave. Batman in a Mech Suit can fight Superman. I don't think they're necessarily supposed to fight each other, but it can be a thing. In the back, we have Batman firing his missile. Here's Batman and Superman. So with no further ado, let's open them up. And of course, I did get two of these figures, one of which to open and enjoy, the other one to keep unopened in my complete Batman-related unopened action figure collection. Alright, now that we've got this figure out of the package, here he is with all the accessories laid out. We have two different missiles, projectiles, and then, most importantly, we have a helmet. I wasn't sure if this guy would come with a helmet when I first saw him. Very glad that he does. Before I tail all that, let's talk about and check out this figure. So, this is Batman in his mech suit. Sort of loosely based off the comics, and it definitely reminds me of Batman in his Thrasher suit. It's cool for what it is, but it's really sort of basic and sort of, I mean, crappy is way too harsh a word, but it's just really basic. The sculpt is very sort of simple and plain. It's very big and sort of blocky. And even though it is a large item, it feels undersized. But how about this? This thing is $25. It's definitely larger than a regular action figure. Even though it feels undersized, it's still large-ish. It has action features. His arms can move when you squeeze the legs. It has lights. It has sounds. And it's $25. Honestly, you're getting quite a bit for $25. Typically, these sort of action feature figures are pretty basic, pretty crappy, and I'm not really the clientele that it's aimed for, but I still find joy and I can find use out of this guy. It's Batman in an armored mech suit, and it doesn't look at this ridiculous, like purple or pink colors. At least it's sort of normal bat colors. The sculpt is very basic, but like I said, this is not aimed at a premium collector type person. This is aimed at sort of cheapo kids, and you get a ton for $25, so I'd say the value is outstanding. Let's take a closer look. And I talk about action features being crappy on figures, and a lot of time they are. This figure looks pretty decent considering how cheap and the action features and all that stuff. I've never had a Mattel with action features that I actually liked, and these ones are not too bad. The Batman head looks decent, looks like a regular Batman head. Has a little bit of articulation inside of there, and you can cover it up with the helmet. Yellow bat symbol and some, I don't know, lights or eyes or whatever that is. Now that does give it sort of a brighter kitty feel to it, but beyond that, it's done in black and gray colors. It's got a sort of a gold belt across here, but you can see what I mean. The sculpt is just very sort of basic, kitty, not a lot of articulation, not a lot of detail, but look at the price point. I mean, that's the type of figure you're buying, and for the price point, you're getting a ton, if you ask me. Big, giant sort of fists. That's the arm that's going to have the action feature. It's a little bit loose because...
You don't scare me, Clayface.
Looks like there's little holes here, and it could be for different accessories from different figures, although you can probably attach the missiles on there for storage or extra armor or whatever. Cloth soft goods cape, and tell you the truth, material's not too bad. Not like amazing, but I've seen some figures with really, really crap material. It's soft, drapes nicely, a little tear at the bottom, a little small, but you know, whatever. You can replace the batteries here. So, I mean, mixed feelings. It's basic, but it's also really cheap, so, I mean, it's going to be basic, and as it is, it's okay. To take the price consideration, I'd say it's outstanding. And honestly, simply the fact that I'm saying it's okay, this is a figure you squeeze his legs, his arm comes up. Those usually suck. They put a lot of effort into something like that. I'm actually happy to have got this. Yes, it's maybe a little more basic than I expected, but I do not have buyer's remorse. And a closer look at his head and face sculpt. It looks good. I think they took just sort of the regular Batman head, popped it on here, and I'm happy they did, because the regular Batman head is actually pretty good. It's in the black suit, and the black armor. And I'm actually kind of surprised they included this. I figured it would just be the helmet on there with nothing inside, but that really elevates the figure to another level, having two different options like that. I do want to sort of mention the type of plastic it is, and it feels crappy. It feels almost sort of hollow. It's exactly what you expect with a basic type of vehicle or mech figure like this. I mean, it doesn't feel like it's going to break or anything, but it just doesn't feel like the usual action figure type plastic. It's something different, and that's not a compliment. And then speaking of, here are the accessories. We have these little sort of discs, missiles, whatever they are. Maybe they don't even shoot, I don't know. We'll get to that in just a second. And then the helmet here, and it definitely gives me a Dark Knight Returns type vibe with the short ears, a sort of fat helmet, yellow eyes, everything else is black. Looks pretty cool. Here's Batman without the helmet, his head exposed. And then here, with the helmet on. It looks pretty good, and you can sort of rotate it, sort of articulated. Next, we have those little projectiles or missiles or whatever you want to call them. You can attach them to his arms like so, and frankly, they look really stupid like that. And part of his action feature, when you shut his legs, his arm comes up, it can also launch those at the same time. There's some sort of spring-loaded system in there. So if you do this,
Gotham City needs me.
I guess it just sort of goes off on its own. So take this other one, pop it on there. And I guess it's just loose enough that by doing that, it launches it out. So you can also put them onto his shoulders, and frankly, it only makes the figure look worse. So get rid of these, and bam, you got yourself Batman in a mech suit. And now for the action feature. And we've already gone over how it sort of launches a missile, which is really dumb, crappy, and pointless. But long story short, you squeeze his legs, his chest lights up, he punches with his right fist, and he makes it sound at the same time. So we're going to go over each and every one of the sound effects. Squeeze his legs together.
You're done, Scarecrow.
Fist comes out. You're done, Scarecrow. I like it. That's the first one.
I'm Batman.
Chest lights up. Pretty cool.
I am the Knight. End of the line, Bane.
End of the line, Bane.
You're coming with me, Croc. You don't scare me, Clayface.
So Batman's talking shit to Scarecrow, Killer Croc, Bane, Clayface.
Joke's on you, Joker.
Joker.
Gotham City needs me. Chew on this, Croc. I'm putting you on ice, Mr. Freeze.
Mr. Freeze.
You're done, Scarecrow.
And Scarecrow. So pretty cool. A wide variety of stuff, and it's kind of fun, actually. I mean, you know, for what it is. Here's this Batman's action feature in a semi-lit room.
I am the Knight.
And then here in a completely dark room.
End of the line, Bane.
Now that we've taken a pretty good look at the figure, his accessories, and action features, let's check out his height. From bottom to the top of his head, standing about 7 or 7.1 inches tall, which could translate to about 18 centimeters, and the top of his ears about 7.2 or 7.3 inches tall. And for his articulation, so starting with the helmet. And the helmet itself can actually rotate around, so it looks like Batman's turning his head. Take the helmet off, and his head on the inside, also his articulation, can rotate from side to side. The shoulders, and you can move this without the action feature, although if you push it up too far, it's going to sort of like stop you, and I don't know, it doesn't really feel like you're supposed to be doing that. Squeeze the legs together, the arm goes up, it is single jointed, but if you want, you can move it up yourself that far till it gets blocked. The shoulder pads, they They seem to kind of move a little bit up and down. I'm really not sure why, because that doesn't help anything. The wrists can rotate. This one can only rotate a little bit. This one also can only rotate a little bit. So this one has articulation, so normal. Shoulder goes up and down. Goes out. Okay, that's why the shoulder pad is the way it is. So I guess this one can't do that. And without the action feature, I would have preferred this guy to have a little button for the light up sounds in case you want to use them, whatever. I'd rather have articulation just like this. His elbow, single jointed, goes in less than 90 degrees. No rotation. The wrist can barely rotate. His legs, now you do squeeze them together for the action feature. But it goes forward about that far. Back not much. Single jointed knee. And it looks like it would go back further. But it does not. And then the ankle. Forward and back. Rotate, and it does tilt and rock, which is very useful because he stands with his legs a little bit wide, and if you can get his feet tilted, which they do, you can stand him up flat-footed, no problem. Not a bad figure. I would have much preferred it to not even have the action feature, not that squeezing leg thing, normal articulation of those arms, and I would like it more, but like I said, I'm not exactly the clientele that it's aimed for. Here's like a Batman in the Batcave, about to hop in the mech suit. Alfred trying to give him a snack before he goes. Now let's check him out. Next to some other action figures. Starting off with some other Batman mech suits and armored bat suits. Here's this Mattel basic mech suit Batman. Next to the DC Direct New 52 Thrasher suit Batman. I believe this Mattel figure is loosely inspired by this version. Both these figures have removable helmet exposing Batman's head underneath, which is a really nice feature. Here he is, next to both Mattel and McFarlane's version of the Justice Buster. Mattel's Build-A-Figure on the left, McFarlane's Mega Figure on the right. And here, next to Mattel, McFarlane, and DC Direct's version of the Rookie suit. This is an armored suit and also a sort of automated mech suit. This is worn by Jim Gordon, not by Bruce Wayne, but I don't see any reason Bruce Wayne couldn't put it on from time to time. Here he is with a couple of Mattel Brave and the Bold armored bat suits. On the left, we have the giant Batbot. On the right, another armored bat suit. Mech suit. Then, next to the DC Direct, Batman The Adventures Continue, Batman in his armored mech suit. Then, with Volcom Abominus and Batman's Justice League 6th Dimension final armored suit. Next, with 3 different versions of McFarlane's Batman in Hellbat armor. And finally, with Mattel's Batman in his armored suits from The Dark Knight Returns and Batman vs Superman. Now let's check him out next to some other recent Mattel 6-inch DC figures. Here he is with the rest of his wave. This is the first wave of Mattel 6-inch DC Core basic Premiere figures. Not to be confused with the upcoming premium figures, which are going to be for the adult collectors. These are the Premiere figures, which are basically action feature figures with gimmicks. Squeeze your legs together, they have a punching feature, they have sound effects, and some accessories. For the price, it seems pretty fair, but the figures themselves are kind of basic, kind of crappy. I mean, it's a little bit too harsh. Most of the money they invested in these figures went to the action features that, frankly, we didn't even really want. And here he is, next to the first wave of 6-inch core basic figures. These figures are pretty nice for the price point, $13. You get quite a bit and pretty nice quality for that. If they're $25 figures, I would say they suck, but $13, they are amazing. And I can say something fairly similar about Batman in his mech suit here. Then, next to the Jokerized versions, they also made Batmobile and then Robin's motorcycle with a different version of Robin. Now let's check him out next to some action figures from different various companies so we can see how he fits in both scale and style-wise, in case you want to know which lines you can mix him with. Since he's a Mattel 6-inch DC figure, I'm going to start off my comparisons with some of the smaller action figure lines I collect, and then work my way larger. But first, let's check him out with some of his Mattel brothers. Here he is, next to several different various 6-inch Mattel Batman figures. And now, with some Jazzwares Fortnite figures and SH Figure Arts action figures. Here's Batman, next to some Gouda cheese. And here he is, with some Hasbro Marvel Legends and Mafex figures. Then, with both some Jazzwares and Mattel Resident figures. And now, with some Mezco and NECA figures. Next, with some DC Direct and McFarlane toys. And finally, with some Dive and toys and Jack-specific wrestling figures. Overall, it's a pretty cool Batman the Mech Suit figure. It's very basic, though. That is a problem. And the thing is, you get what you pay for. And to tell you the truth, I think you get quite a bit for what you pay for here. $25 is cheaper than a regular McFarlane figure, and this one has all kind of light up action features, sounds, accessories. It's large, has a removable helmet, but it's not exactly what I'm looking for in an armored Batman figure. I would like something a little more traditional, a little less kiddie, a little more sort of adult and realistic, but it has elements of what I'm looking for. So for that, I appreciate it, and I can find some use and joy in this thing. If I were to rate this thing as is, I'd give like a 5 out of 10. I mean, it's not horrible. It's okay for what it is, but for the price, I'd probably bump that up quite a bit. At least a 6.5. But it is basic and crappy as fuck. I mean, to a point. Like, it's so torn on the rating because I think it's a great value, but as is, it's not that great, but it's also not that bad. So, if you're an adult collector, you probably can pass on this thing. Just style-wise, it doesn't really fit in with the adult stuff. But if you're looking for something fun, for a fair price, with a bunch of features, here you go. So this is D Hunter. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say with the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.